Okay, isn't this so stinking cute? I made this. Look. So cute. And this is how it will look hanging. Isn't this so cute? So adorable. Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm a new mom. And I started this YouTube channel to create a space for new moms like me to find different ways to pay off their debt and find their unique talents and strengths along the way, as I'm doing it myself. So, in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make a strawberry garland with pictures inside. This is for my daughter's first birthday. The theme of her party is going to be Lily's Berry's first birthday. So, I'm trying to do most of the decoration myself so I can save some money on that. And I also love to do things like this. I used to own an Etsy shop before I became a mom, but after coming back to my full time job, it became just too much to juggle everything, and now I'm teaching you how to make my garlands. So if you haven't seen my previous video, this garland is going to be very similar to the one that I did before. It's just going to be bigger so that I can fit a picture inside. So what you're going to need for this is a beige felt, red felt, and green felt. Also, I'm so sorry that my eye looks like this. I have a sty, so. Okay, so I have a laser cutter and I use that to cut my pieces. If you don't have a laser cutter, which is very understandable, it's very easy to cut this by hand too. So don't be scared. So I cut one piece like this with my beige, and this is, let me see the exact measurements. From top to bottom, it's 11.5 inches. And this is just like the shape of my strawberry. Then I cut 2 pieces of this red felt to go on top of this one, like this. So it's going to be front and back, like that. And this square here is where your picture is going to go. So the pictures that I printed out are 6x7. So I made this square a little bit smaller just so that it doesn't, the picture can fit there and it's not going to fall out of it. So the square I did like 3.5 by 5.5 inches. And then I also cut this green pieces, which is going to go here at the top to be like my leaves for the strawberries. I also need brown crochet thread, scissors, needles, hot glue, 2 of the pictures that you want to include. Why am I doing 2? Because I want it on both sides. I'm going to hang my garland like vertically, and that way sometimes the strawberries might like turn like this. So I want, if it turns, you can see the picture on both sides. And I also have this waxed cord that I'm going to use for the garland itself. It's pretty durable. It's sticky. It really doesn't break that easily, but it's also like not super thick, which I like. So yeah, this is what I'm going to use. Okay, and I also forgot to mention, but also get yourself a cup of coffee or tea or wine if you want, and just make it a little party for yourself, you know? Okay, so first thing, I'm going to take my red piece and I'm going to glue my picture inside. So I'm going to put a little drop of hot glue in one edge and then the other side. Only 2 for now. And I'm going to take my picture and make sure it's aligned. And then I just want to make sure, this is my daughter, by the way. It's too cute, but I just want to make sure that it looks good, and it does. So now I'm going to glue the other two corners. Okay, so now I have all corners glued. And it looks like this. I'm going to do the same with the other red piece. Okay, so now we're going to start stitching, and I'm going to do blanket stitch all around. And so I'm going to put the beige one in the middle and then the two reds on both sides. Now I'm going to take my needle and my crochet thread. Okay, and you just make sure that everything aligns pretty okay. And then we can start. So if you've never done a blanket stitch before, it's really easy. To me, it's like honestly the easiest type of stitching. But usually you would do it with only 2 layers of fabric. In this case, we're doing 3. So I'm going to start with passing my needle through the beige layer first. Just the beige, see? And I took like a pretty long piece of thread because this is like a pretty big piece, so I'm going to need a lot of it. And now close it back up, and we're going to pass the needle back to the exact or very close to where you first did it. So but this time you're going to pass through all 3 layers. So pass the needle through all 3 layers. Sorry, I can't speak. And see how like I have this little loop here, and my thread is already inside of the loop. This is what you want. You want the thread to be inside. If it's not, that's fine. Don't worry. If it's not, then you have the loop here, and you pass your needle through the loop, and then you just pull, and this is your first stitch. And now you go to the side. Since this is a pretty big piece, I'm going to do like, proportionate. So I'm going to space them out about like a quarter of an inch, half an inch, I think, and pull it out. So let me do it one more time. So I put the needle through all 3 layers, like next to my last one, trying to making sure that the space in between are like the same. And then I pull my needle, and then once I have this loop again, I just go through it and pull it again. So now I have another stitch, and I'm just going to keep doing this all around. Okay, I'm so sorry, but I didn't notice that I still had my time lapse thing on my phone. So I explained a bunch of stuff for nobody. But anyways, so I took the wax cord. I'm so sorry that you guys didn't see this part, but I want my garland to be 6 feet long. So I cut my wax cord a little bit over 6 feet, and I made a knot here for the loop to hang. And I know that I want 3 strawberries for each garland. So each strawberry is 11 inches. So the space in between the strawberry is going to be around 9.5 inches. So I took my tape measure and I measured from the knot that I made 9.5 inches. And then I took the hot glue and put it at the top of the strawberry and glue the wax cord here. And since I didn't stitch all around, I pass the wax cord in the middle here and hot glued it again in the bottom here. And now I'm continuing to stitch all around. Okay, so now I'm at the end of the red felt, and I'm not actually going to go around this part. I'm going to stop here. So to finish it, I'm just going to make a knot off of my last stitch. So I'm just going to pass through the needle underneath and taking a little bit of the felt with it underneath my last stitch, and I pull, and then once I have a loop again, just go through it, and now I have a knot. So now I'm good to cut. And now we're going to glue the leaves. So I'm going to take my green leaf cut, and I'm going to put some hot glue here at the top, and I'm going to glue this here. Now that I have this in place, I'm going to hot glue the rest of the leaf. Okay, so now I'm going to do this 2 more times, and then I'll be done. Okay, so now my last step here is going to be to cut the end, the leftover string here. I don't want it at the bottom, so I'm just going to cut it here. And since we hot glued it at in the bottom here, I'm not going to make a knot or anything with it. And now I just want to hot glue a little bit of this red that's in the middle here. So I'm not going to put too much, just like a little bit of hot glue here, a little bit of hot glue here, and do the same on the other side. And the thing about working with hot glue, you're gonna notice that you're gonna have like hot glue everywhere. It's very messy, but it's okay. And I'm going to do that to all 3 of them. Okay, and now this is the finished product. Let me get up so you can see better. Yay! You see how they turn? That's why I wanted to have the pictures on both sides, because that way if it turns, you can still see the picture, you know? Okay, so I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think it's going to look so cute. I'm so proud of myself. I'm going to make 3 others because we have 2 windows that we're going to be using for decoration. So I want to have 2 on each window. So I'm going to make 3 others. And yeah, I love doing things like this. And for over 2 years and a half, I was making money off of this, you know, with my Etsy shop, and it did really well. And I think that as we grow older, sometimes we kind of forget some of the talents that we've had our whole entire lives. And I know this is a little deep, but if you're the type of person that tells yourself that you don't have a talent, that you are not good at anything, that you wish you had a talent, stop doing that, please. Because we all have a talent. Your talent might not be artistic like mine, it might not be grand, or it might not seem grand to you, but it is. just stop for a second and think of something that seems easy to you or fun to you. That one thing that you're good at and you think you might just be normal, everyone's good at it might not be. What's really easy for you might not be really easy for other people. And that is your talent, and you can make money off that. Or you can save money like I'm doing. Like I'm saving money for my daughter's decorations because I'm making it myself. And I think it's so cool. And I'm sharing it with you guys. And hopefully you guys like it. So as always, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe or like, share, comment, anything you want to do. As you can tell, I'm taking this very seriously. If I have a microphone, I'm pretty professional now. Okay, but on a real note, I hope you guys like this video, and if you choose to make this at home, please comment below. If you want to share your talent, comment your talent. I want to start a conversation with you guys. And if you want to buy a laser cutter like I do, that I use for this, let me know. And the link for everything that I use here is in the description of this video. And if you want to learn how to use a laser cutter, I can make a video about that. It's very helpful for me if you want to start an Etsy shop. It's going to be super helpful and it's going to save you a lot of time. And in my next video, I'm not going to be doing arts and crafts. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about mindset because that's very important to me. I think that your whole life is a result of your mindset, you know? But we'll talk more about that in my next video. And I'm also, once I have my daughter's birthday party set, I'm going to make a little video of me decorating for her and everything. So it's going to be really cute. And yeah, I hope you guys like this. Bye.